Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you a 2012 team preview for the Miami Dolphins. We're going to start with their offense to see what we can expect the Dolphins to look like in 2012 season. There's some intrigue this year for the Miami Dolphins at the quarterback position. In this past April's draft, they went ahead and selected Ryan Tannehill out of Texas A&M. Now, what he brings to the table, he has mobility, he has athleticism, and he also has the ability to make all the throws. I think he lacks the accuracy that you need from play to play, and he doesn't close games well in the clutch. He has some horrible decisions during that time of the game. Now, he has played for Mike Sherman, so that honestly gives him more of an advantage over guys like Matt Moore and David Garrard as they all learn the system together. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him play a lot as a rookie. Also, Matt Moore did a great job for the Dolphins last year. He led them to a 6-3 record down the stretch. I actually like the moxie he brings to the table. He has that same mobility. He has a live arm, and the team believes in him, the players, as far as the running backs and receivers are concerned. So you can see him start the whole season. That would be the Dolphins' ideal situation. But if that doesn't happen, they did bring over a veteran and David Garrard, another guy that has solid game, doesn't make the mistakes, keeps the offense on pace. So the Dolphins honestly have a better quarterback situation than people are giving them credit for. The Dolphins brought over Reggie Bush to bring explosiveness to the backfield, and he did just that, rushing for over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. Also averaged 5 yards a carry. Let me repeat that, 5 yards a carry. You see what happens when you give this guy the football? He produces, and I look for him to have an even better year this year as they bring in more people behind him to spell him. Daniel Thomas had a solid rookie season, in my opinion. Charles Clay is a guy that's very underrated, fullback, tight end, H-back type of guy, but brings versatility out of the backfield. And the rookie Lamar Miller, I really like this guy. I gave him a first-round grade coming out of college. He has a breakaway speed, he has elusiveness, and he can also help you out in a return game, whether it be kickoff return or punt return. So I think he's going to see some carries as well. I'm interested to see how he gets carries in a crowded backfield, but he can help out this way on returns, giving you guys those quick burst plays like that can help lead to touchdowns, a great field position. So overall, the Dolphins running back situation is probably the best on this offense. Gone is Brandon Marshall from this receiving core, but in comes Chad Ochocinco from the New England Patriots. What Ochocinco brings to the table is the ability to draw coverage away from other wide receivers. He runs excellent routes. He's a specialist at the skinny post, and I think he's going to help out this wide receiving core tremendously. And it's just going to open up more things for guys like Devon Best to work his way underneath and continue to be Mr. Third Down. You also look at Brian Hartline, another guy that's very solid and always making plays downfield, catching the football. But I like the rookies they brought in. B.J. Cunningham out of Michigan State. This guy catches everything thrown his way. Was the all-time leader receiver at Michigan State, that story franchise. They also bring over tight end Michael Egnew from Missouri, another big physical tight end. And keep in mind, they already have a solid tight end in Anthony Fasano. I'm a big Anthony Fasano fan. I know he doesn't get a lot of love nationally, but I think Fasano is a solid tight end. So you look at the combination of Egnew, Fasano, Hartline, Best, and now Ochocinco. The Dolphins receiving core has a lot of promise, and also keep an eye on undrafted rookie Jeff Fuller to make an impact as an undrafted free agent. The Dolphins have the talent on the offensive line to be successful. It's all about staying healthy. They have one of the premier tackles in the league in Jake Long, who's coming off an injury. Richie Incognito missed a game last year because of an ankle injury. So can these guys stay healthy? If they can stay healthy for 16 games, the offense will look a lot better. You'll see more big plays. John Jerry does a great job on the interior. You look at the center, Mike Pouncey does a great job controlling the offensive line. If these guys are going to be successful, they need these guys to stay on the field for 16 games. Again, I keep repeating that because that is the key to this offensive success. Jonathan Martin was drafted out of Stanford. He protected Andrew Luck's blind side. He's going to move to right tackle. I think he's a better fit at right tackle anyway. Great pickup by the Dolphins. And they do have a lot of depth on that offensive line. Artis Hicks is a guy that does a great job. Nate Garner is another guy that played all over the offensive line. So the Dolphins have depth on their offensive front. It's all about staying healthy for 16 games. The Dolphins are transitioning back to a 4-3 defense, and I think they have the defensive line to make this transition seamless. Cameron Wake will do what Cameron Wake does, and that's get to the quarterback with tremendous bursts off the edge. And what makes him special is his closing speed to get the sack. So I think this guy will do a great job, again, in the 4-3. I also look at the interior. I like what I see. Paul Soliai, a guy that's going to play that one technique, get pushed, dominate up the middle, and also Randy Starks moves back to a traditional 3 technique where he can use his quickness to beat the guard off the snap. But I also like Jared Odrick, man, depth guy that's going to come in and provide some pass rushing opportunities. But I'm really interested to see how the opposite end does. Olivier Vernon, the rookie out of Miami, can he come in with that tremendous speed and make plays? If he can handle the one-on-one opportunities that he's going to face due to Cameron Wake's ability to get to the quarterback, the Dolphins defensive line can put up a lot of sacks. The good thing about Carlos Dansby is that he's scheme diversified. He can play in a 4-3, he can play in a 3-4, so you just tell him what he has to do and he will get it done. Last year had over 100 tackles, and he should have the same type of output this season. You also look at the guy that was his running mate, Kevin Burnett, another guy that had over 100 tackles. So both guys will do fine in this defense. I don't know if Burnett is going to play in the middle or on the outside, or if that's going to be for Koamisi, who I like a lot. Koamisi is coming off an injury, so they have some talent back there in the second level of their defense. So I think the linebacking core is going to be fine. Also keep an eye on Gary Guyton coming over from New England, brings depth, brings a guy that has a lot of playmaking ability, and also does a great job in coverage. I've already been on the record for how much I like the Dolphins secondary. I mean, guys like Vontae Davis, I really like the way he plays. Physicality is a big strong point in my opinion, and he does a great job of jamming receivers at the line of scrimmage. Sean Smith is another guy, brings a lot of size to the position. Tall corner, has a great sense of where the ball is in the air, and does a great job of walling off receivers. So for where I have a question is about the safety position, and I'm a big Rashard Jones fan. I think he can play strong or free safety, but letting go Jeremiah Bell will be a huge hole to this defense. Can Chris Clemens fill that void? Can Culliver fill that void? If not, I think that's why they bring over Richard Marshall from the Cardinals, a guy that can play corner or safety. But if I had a question about the secondary, it would be the safety position, and that's a huge hole that you have to replace. Reason for optimism, you have to like the explosiveness that you're going to get out of the backfield. Reggie Bush is going to have another outstanding year. You look at Daniel Thomas doing a great job of getting those tough yards on the interior, bringing in Lamar Miller. So I like the way the Dolphins are going on offense, and I think they have the ability to spread these guys out with the 2 tight ends they have in Fasano and also Michael Igno. They're going to be able to spread out teams and play above the rim. So I think the Dolphins offense will be fine. Quarterback will be a question. Now defensively, you have to be excited about the same parts that are available. Still have Cameron Wake, you still have Carlos Dansby, you still have a physical secondary. So the Dolphins are fine. They can make a push for the AFC crown. The only concern will be the quarterback position. Are we going to see Ryan Tannehill this year? If so, you're going to have those rookie growing pains. If not, when is he going to play? Why would you take a guy like that in the first round? And if so, if he's better, if he knows the system, then throw him out there as a rookie and let him start. Let him go. He has a running game. He has defense. But that quarterback position will be a cause for concern all season long if any one of these guys struggle. I think the Dolphins finished 3rd in the AFC East right now. The Patriots are the class. The Buffalo Bills have gotten a lot better, and the Jets still have a stingy defense. But I think the Dolphins can compete, can beat any one of those teams on any given Sunday, and it's all about getting on a run in football. Everybody makes a run. How well do you play in the later months? And the Dolphins, with their defense and their aggressiveness, they're going to be in a lot of ball games. It's up to the offense and those receivers and the quarterbacks to make sure they stay consistent throughout the course of the season, because I have full confidence that the defense and the running game will be there for 16 weeks. The Dolphins will look to be a force, let's say in 2013, maybe not this year, but definitely next.